The early 1960s Boston was a city on edge. Women in particular felt a chilling vulnerability. They locked their doors. They eyed strangers with suspicion. A predator was among them, unseen, yet his presence was everywhere. He moved like a phantom through the city streets, leaving terror in his wake. The newspapers called him the Mad Strangler of Boston, then simply the Boston Strangler. Each headline screamed of a new horror, a new life extinguished in a brutal, intimate way. The city held its breath, waiting for the next victim, praying it wouldn't be someone they knew, someone they loved. The attacks were horrifyingly personal. The victims were women, often alone in their apartments. They had seemingly let their killer in. There were no signs of forced entry. This fact alone sent shivers down the spines of residents. Who could be trusted? The killer left bizarre, ritualistic signatures. He tied ligatures, often a nylon stocking, around their necks. He posed their bodies. The details were gruesome, fueling a media frenzy that amplified the city's collective anxiety. Every creak in the floorboards, every unexpected knock, became a source of potential dread. The ordinary rhythms of urban life were disrupted by an extraordinary evil. Boston was no longer just a historic city. It was a hunting ground. Law enforcement faced immense pressure. The public demanded answers. They demanded safety. But the killer was elusive. Then, a name emerged from the shadows: Albert DeSalvo. He was not initially a suspect in the Strangler murders. He was arrested for a series of unrelated sexual assaults, known as the Green Man attacks. But in custody, DeSalvo began to talk. He started to confess, not just to the Green Man crimes, but to something far more monstrous. He claimed he was the Boston Strangler. He provided detailed accounts of the crime scenes, including information not publicly released, which impressed investigators. However, inconsistencies in his descriptions raised doubts about the veracity of his confession. Notably, there was no physical evidence linking him to the murders at the time. DeSalvo was never tried for the Boston Strangler murders, but was convicted of other crimes and sentenced to life in prison. He was killed in prison in 1973 under suspicious circumstances. Decades later, modern science took center stage. Mary Sullivan, the youngest and final victim, became the key to unraveling part of this mystery. In 2013, DNA evidence from Sullivan's preserved remains conclusively matched DeSalvo's genetic material. Investigators obtained a DNA sample from DeSalvo's nephew, which matched DNA found on the body of Mary Sullivan. Subsequently, DeSalvo's body was exhumed, and a direct DNA match was confirmed, conclusively linking him to Sullivan's murder. However, this DNA evidence only connects DeSalvo to Sullivan's case. For the other victims, no DNA evidence has been found to either confirm or refute his involvement. The Boston Strangler case has since become a cornerstone in debates about false confessions. What drives someone to admit to crimes they didn't commit? Was DeSalvo manipulated, coerced, or simply desperate for notoriety? Some speculate he confessed to protect his family, trading truth for infamy, in hopes of securing some benefit for his loved ones. DeSalvo's confession raises broader questions about the justice system's reliance on unverified admissions of guilt. Studies show that psychological vulnerabilities, fear, and fatigue can lead to false confessions even in the absence of coercion. For DeSalvo, the lack of proper documentation during his confession, only audio recordings exist, further muddies the waters. Could stricter oversight and better interrogation practices have changed the course of justice? The DeSalvo case also ushers in another critical issue: the ethical use of DNA and ancestry databases. While the Sullivan breakthrough relied on direct genetic comparison, today's law enforcement often uses forensic genealogy to solve cold cases. This technique has seen high-profile successes, like the capture of the Golden State Killer, but it's not without controversy. Who controls your genetic data? Should police access it without a warrant? And how do we balance the pursuit of justice with the protection of privacy? These questions, sparked by cases like the Boston Strangler, remain at the forefront of legal and ethical debates today. Privacy advocates argue that DNA databases blur the lines between public safety and personal freedom. On the other hand, families of victims see them as powerful tools for closure. As technology advances, society faces the challenge of navigating these moral dilemmas while ensuring justice doesn't come at the cost of civil liberties. The Boston Strangler case remains one of the most perplexing and chilling chapters in American criminal history. It's a story of science meeting ambiguity, of justice grappling with uncertainty. It's a stark reminder that even with today's technology, some questions might never have answers. This case also left a significant mark on criminal justice reforms. It highlighted the importance of recording all interrogations to ensure transparency, developing ethical standards for DNA use in investigations, addressing the psychological factors that lead to false confessions. Albert DeSalvo's name may forever be etched into crime lore, but the case's legacy is about more than one man. It underscores the complexities of justice in a world where science and law constantly. This enduring uncertainty speaks to the complexities of the case and the limitations of evidence gathered in a pre-DNA era. The lingering possibility of other individuals being involved, or DeSalvo exaggerating his role, keeps the mystery alive. This ambiguity has fueled countless books, documentaries, and discussions. What do you think about this enduring mystery? Could DeSalvo have been both a killer and a scapegoat? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on more gripping stories. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.